You're listening to Ron Siegel's Home and Finance Radio Show, only on Financial News and Talk. Now live in studio, your host, local and national real estate expert and consumer advocate, Ron Siegel.
And hello again. Welcome to Ron Siegel Radio. This is the show with no real boundaries as we discuss current events, financial markets, politics, sports, even poking fun at the rest of the media. This is the show that connects the dots of confusion, delivered by conflicting media reports. We connect the dots so you know the actions you can take, how your family or business can benefit from current events. Most of all, thank you for joining me. Within every market, there are solutions as well as tremendous opportunities. You just need some trusted guidance. That is my message, and I will be delivering it every day on Ron Siegel Radio or anytime at 800-306-1990. 800-306-1990 or RonSiegelRadio.com. Just remember, that's the number you call anytime for assistance. When you call that number, it comes directly to me first. There are operators standing by.
Quiet, numbskulls, I'm broadcasting.
Well, I do have a great team when it comes to developing a financing plan, a plan to save you money. I personally work with you. Even if you don't have any needs today, save this number in your phone for future reference, 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. And yes, of course, we are celebrating today. We celebrate every day on Ron Siegel Radio. A lot of stuff to celebrate today. I don't think we have a graphic for this one, but we never had this one when I was young. National Selfie Day. I don't know about that. I don't think we need to take a picture of that because there's too many pictures of that one already. Let's see what else we've got. Day of the Gong. You remember the Gong Show? Is that Josh? Do you remember the Gong Show? No. Chuck Burris. It used to be a fun little show out there, and you'd get these acts that would come out and do singing or dancing or magic or whatever. And if they liked it, they let them go. If they didn't, they had a big old gong, and they'd hit the gong and grab a hook and pull them right off stage. Gong Show. Take a look at that one. Daylight Appreciation Day, Seashell Day. Oh, I see it now. National Smoothie Day. Now, smoothies can be good, they can be bad. Dear friend of mine used to make some smoothies. He was got on a health kick, so he was going to make smoothies. Gained 20 pounds making smoothies. He started off with protein and some fruit, and then he added honey and nuts and granola and all these other. By the time he finished, it was a 1,500 calorie, 2,000 calorie drink. I don't think he put vodka in there, though. Maybe if he would have put vodka in there, it would have been a little bit better. International Day of Yoga. Now, I'm going to throw this out there before anybody else does. No one wants to see me doing yoga. Just the way it is. And, this one looks good, too. Peaches and Cream Day. Okay, I can go for that one. A little whipped cream right on top of that. First day of summer is today. It's the longest day of the year. Do we want it to be a long? I guess sad story. If you're down in that submersible, you want it to be a little longer. That's a sad thing. I mean, think about, I'm claustrophobic as it is. I don't even like elevators, so I'm not sure I would ever get into something like that. But that's a scary thought. I don't know if you've been following that story. The folks that went down in the submersible go down to see the Titanic. That's what video is for. Just throw that out there for you. You can go and watch that on video. And how'd I get on that subject even? Okay, Dow Jones Industrial average is up 12 points right now. The S&P 500 is down 16.5. NASDAQ is down 160 points. Oil up $1.46 a barrel. Ooh, Tesla's stock on the track for the biggest one-day decline in months. Wonder what's going on over at Tesla. We'll have to look and see about that one. I know a lot of friends that have quite a bit of Tesla stock. Love the car. Dropped more than 4% in the wake of a downgrade by Barclays. Okay, so we'll keep watching that. Does that mean it's a good time to buy the stock? I am not giving financial advice. So just throw that out there for you. But oil's up $1.38 a barrel, and the 10-year Treasury is up 5.5 basis points, all having to do with Jerome Powell speaking once again today.
Idiot. Such an idiot.
Whenever Jerome Powell speaks, we always know there's going to be problems in the markets. We're just watching to see what kind of problems, what kind of havoc he causes next. Let's continue on, see what else is going on in the world. Well, don't forget, we've still got let's see, we've got a comment coming up here. Facebook, good morning, Facebook user. Go to StreamYard.com/Facebook. StreamYard.com/Facebook. And you can we can see who it is that's chatting with us, although I guess Josh can go to Facebook and figure that out for us. But the bottom line, good morning. Glad to have you with us. We always appreciate our audience. We always appreciate people listening. We never take you for granted. Let's talk about a couple of things. How about giveaways? Can we give away some stuff this morning? I like giving away stuff. So let's take a look and see. I know we've got the ability to give away. Well, let's educate first. Let's do our education. How about rsrstudentloanhelp.com? rsrstudentloanhelp.com. This is a tool that we've come up with, and we love this tool. I looked at this initially for one of my own friends, family. I love this kind of thing. rsrstudentloanhelp.com. And I'm going to go to that site right now. We're going to be expanding on the site fairly soon to give you a lot more education. Do you know there are 11 different programs out there that can help reduce your student loan payment? 11 programs. So why do I mention that? Because most people if you've got a student loan, you are going to start seeing bills coming soon, and the student loan payments are going to resume. That will be in October. So the deal here that I want you to understand is there are 11 programs that can help you reduce your student loan payment. Now, I just threw a scenario into rsrstudentloanhelp.com. And every scenario, every time you put it in there and put your scenario in there, it's going to give you some great information. So what did I do today? $72,000 annual income before taxes, $90,000 in student loan debt, 6.1 is the average interest rate on that, family size of 1. Haven't got married, haven't got now, I'm not a tax expert, but it may benefit you to do filing separately, but I just throw that out there. So when student loans resume for this individual, this hypothetical individual, their monthly student payment before any kind of program, $1,004 per month. $1,004. There is a program out there, and I don't have it in front of me because I just put the data in there. The student loan company will take care of the rest. There's a program out there that can reduce this individual student loan payments to, are you ready for this? $441 a month. That is a $563 a month savings. And yes, this is a home and finance radio program. So what is that going to do for home purchasing power? All other things being equal. Now, I don't know what their car payments are and their other loans and FICO scores and all that, credit cards. But just on this one item alone, adds $80,000 to home purchasing power. $80,000. So I'm throwing that out there for you. RSR home student loans, rsrstudentloanhelp.com. rsrstudentloanhelp.com. Go there, check it out. There's a simulator right there. It doesn't cost you anything, no obligations. Now, if you want the service to help you, $250. If you go through RSR, RonSiegelRadio.com. RonSiegelRadio.com. I guess I should know my own company, right? Or my wife's company. RonSiegelRadio.com. You'll be able to do that at the same $250, but if you get a loan through the team anytime in the next year, you're going to get a Visa gift card reimbursing you for that $250. Gotta love that. So in essence, it'll cost you absolutely nothing if you're getting a loan through the team. You're listening to Ron Siegel Radio, discussing your real estate current events and the financial markets. When we come back, a lot going on this morning. Eco-friendly, energy-efficient homes attract buyers? What's the minimum credit score to buy a home with a VA loan? We'll talk about it. How long does it take to clear a bad credit history item? All that and more. Reach me anytime. Off-air number 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990, or ronsiegelradio.com. Facebook.com/Ron Siegel Radio. And if you miss any part of our broadcast, Ron Siegel 1 on YouTube. Ron Siegel, the numeral 1 on YouTube. Stay tuned. We'll be back in just a few.
Ron Siegel Radio, your home and mortgage connection.
Are you paying rent because you cannot afford to live in your dream home? Are you paying rent because you don't believe you have the down payment funds to purchase your own home? At Siegel Lending Team at ronismylender.com has up to $25,000 to help qualified people purchase their own home at amazing interest rates. Contact the Siegel Lending Team today at ronismylender.com. Again, ronismylender.com. Licensed under NMLS 217037. ronismylender.com.
Do you know a homeowner experiencing divorce? Do you know a real estate reference and the divorce decree could cost tens of thousands of dollars? A certified divorce mortgage planning and real estate report could save you thousands of dollars, and it's free from your local certified divorce lending professional. Reach out to Ron today. ronismylender.com. Again, ronismylender.com. Licensed under NMLS 217037, Equal Housing Lender.
Are you a renter and tired of making monthly payments? Paying off someone else's mortgage? Hey, it's Ron Siegel here to help you stop renting and start owning your dream home with amazing low interest rates. And you could potentially qualify for a $500,000 home for less than $5,000 out of pocket. So stop renting. Start owning with Ron Siegel. Learn more at ronsiegelradio.com and start owning today. Licensed under NMLS 217037, Equal Housing Lender.
Are you like many of your neighbors trying to figure out how to pay off your debts so you can retire someday? Build bigger savings. Invest in opportunities. Visit rsrnodebt.com. Debt will destroy 50% of Americans from being able to retire earlier and with more. What if you could have a guaranteed program that could show you how to eliminate all of your debt in 10 years or less, all without having to spend more each month than you spend right now? Yes, that's correct. All without spending more from your checkbook each month than you are today. Get your free analysis today to see if you qualify. Visit rsrnodebt.com. Log on today for your free analysis, rsrnodebt.com. No purchase necessary. The free analysis takes only 2 minutes. rsrnodebt.com. Ron Siegel Radio is your home and mortgage connection. Go to rsrnodebt.com. rsrnodebt.com.
Are you earning a safe, secure 10+% return on your investments? Is your credit score over 800? Are you living in the home of your dreams or simply where you think you can afford? If the answer to any of these questions is no, what are you doing about it? Text ATP to 79564. Complete a 3-minute complimentary survey and the area trusted professionals of Ron Siegel Radio will reach out to you to develop a success strategy for you. Again, all you need to do is text ATP to 79564.
You're listening to Ron Siegel's Home and Finance Show with local.
Welcome back to Ron Siegel Radio. Within every market, there are solutions as well as tremendous opportunities. You just need some trusted guidance. That is my message, and I will be delivering it every day on Ron Siegel Radio or anytime at 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. The Mortgage Minute today being brought to you by our friends at Geneva Financial. When you're ready for that next home loan, Geneva's got the programs and the products. You just need to make the call, 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. And every day at this time, OPMMI, they provide the most comprehensive, accurate, timely, and interactive analysis of pricing ever conducted in the mortgage industry, calculated from actual locked rates. Don't know the APR, don't know points paid or received. These are actual locked rates with consumers across 42% of all mortgage transactions nationwide. A lot of red on the screen today. 30-year conforming loans yesterday locked at 6.653, jumbos at 6.873, FHA at 6.619, And USDA for the rural areas, generally no down payment, 6.574. All of those were down yesterday. Jumbo was down quite a bit. The 30-year VA loan, only one that was up out of the screen, 6.397. That's what happened yesterday with OBMMI. That's their report. What's going on today? Well, 10-year Treasury's up 5 basis points. S&P 500 index is down 19.5. Mortgage-backed securities are down 19. That means interest rates are going up a little bit today. All has to do with, yes, you got it, Jerome Powell once again. Unbelievable. So he's testifying this morning. Prepared comments. Economic activity expanded at a modest pace. Housing activity remains weak due to higher rates. Wonder who caused that, Jerome. Labor market remains very tight. Unemployment rate has moved up to 3.7, but remains low. It's only up 10%, Jerome. Are you watching that? Signs of supply and demand coming to better balance. Participation rate has moved up. Wage growth has showed signs of easing. Job vacancies have declined. Inflation has made progress, but continues to run too high. Nearly all Fed participants expected it would be appropriate to raise rates further by the end of the year. The economy is facing headwinds from tighter credit conditions for households and businesses, which are likely to weigh on economic activity, hiring, and inflation. Continue to make decisions meeting to meeting. Not a whole lot of surprises there, but the Federal Reserve is still failing to look at leading inflation indicators like the Producer Price Index, which typically leads consumer inflation. Unbelievable. Looking at the Producer Price Index, the headline and the core rate have fallen to 1.2% and 2.8% respectively, which are multi-year lows. Back in 2021, the Fed failed to look at this leading indicator when it was rising, begging for more inflation. Got what you asked for. Yes, I agree.
Such an idiot.
Making the same mistake today as PPI is moving sharply to the downside and CPI will follow. Why are they doing this? Well, they're not taking into account that our economy is not the same as the UK. Well, think about it. I think the UK is smaller than Los Angeles, not a large economy. But their core inflation accelerated to 7.1%, highest level in 31 years. A lot of it has to do to their decoupling from Brexit. So their currency is not as strong. CoreLogic, their rental report. CoreLogic reported that rents rose 3.7% in April, which is down from 4.3% in March, showing that rents continue to decelerate on a year-over-year basis. This is the 12th month in a row of year-over-year deceleration, which will help inflation in the coming months as it catches up. That's the Mortgage Minute, brought to you by our friends at Geneva Financial. When you're ready for that next home loan, Geneva's got the programs and the products. You just need to make that call, 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. A lot of great information coming out right now. If you're thinking about buying a house, yes, interest rates are up, but if you look at every one of the items that were in the prepared remarks from Jerome Powell, they're all leading indicators to recession. And you know what happens in a recession. We've talked about it many, many times on Ron Siegel Radio. Real estate values go up, mortgage rates go down. We do not guarantee it. That is what has happened historically. So why wouldn't you be buying a house right now? The new Buyer's Guide, summer edition of our Buyer's Guide is out, rsrhbg.com, rsrhbg.com. Get a copy of the Home Buyer's Guide right now. It's free. We update it every quarter, so you've got the most current data there, rsrhbg.com. And yes, if you're thinking about buying or selling a house, if you're thinking about buying, go to rsrmoney.com. 97% of the properties available across the United States are showing right there, rsrmoney.com. Go there and get on a search. So if you're thinking about moving maybe from Southern California to Tennessee, I got a friend that moved to Tennessee. got married. Now her husband's one of the offensive coaches for the University of Tennessee football team. But I digress. You can actually find all the homes that are available for sale in Tennessee. Most local realtors, they have data for their local MLS. They don't have data for across the country. RSRmoney.com does have that data covering the entire country. See, we can give you a Your Credit Matters segment today. We need to give you a little bit of help on that one. Your Credit Matters, brought to you by creditsanitizer.com. And yes, we do have the folks from Credit Sanitizer. They're going to be coming on and visiting us the early part of next month. Blue Water Credit is our partner with this and love their services. We have a lot of folks that are getting help from our friends over at Blue Water Credit. And they're going to be visiting with us the early part or the first half of next month. How long does bad credit last? That's a good question. How long someone has bad credit depends on how long they continue to create negative credit activity. Almost as soon as you start making credit improving moves, you may see positive impacts in your score. However, old activity can still haunt your report for a while after you start improving your credit situation. Luckily, you can still have a decent or even excellent score with negative marks on your report. We're going to continue here so you understand how long activity stays on your report and what you can do if you have a poor credit history. So how long do things stay on your credit report? In general, items stay on your report for a range between 2 and 10 years. But negative activity has less effect on your score as it ages. Positive credit activity, such as managing accounts well and making payments on time, can remain on your report for up to 10 years. But by keeping accounts open, you can stretch this much longer. For example, you can continue to use old credit cards from time to time to keep the account active. Different types of negative activity have certain limits according to the Fair Credit Reporting Act. This regulates how long account activity can continue to be reported. Lenders do not necessarily continue to report activity for the entire limit. How long does the good stuff stay on my credit report? In general, the general life of positive information on your credit report, up to 10 years. After 10 years, a closed account typically ages off your report, taking any positive information with it. However, if you keep an account open and in good standing, it can provide a potentially positive impact on your credit for as long as it stays open and active on your credit report. For example, if you've had the same credit card account for 20 years and have always paid on time, that's positive information that remains on your report. It also helps increase the age of your credit, which is good for your score. If you can do so without tempting yourself to run up debt, keep old credit card accounts open and use them from time to time, making sure to pay off the balances immediately. This helps keep those accounts active and reporting to the credit bureaus, which can be beneficial for your score. How do we do that? Well, here's the answer. Set up auto pay. So you've probably got somewhere between 3 and 5 items that you're paying for every single month. Your cell phone bill, your internet bill, your gas bill, your electric bill, your cable bill. Maybe there may be a few others on there as well. If they don't charge you, if they do not charge you extra for paying with a credit card, set them up on auto pay with your credit card. Then you know basically what those are going to be. For instance, I went to the gas company and said I wanted a flat rate payment on my gas bill. So I have the exact same payment every single month for 6 months, and then they adjust it. So I can go in and have it set up to pay on one of my credit cards, and they make the payment when it's due every single month, so I'm always on time. But I know when that's going to happen. So I go in, and 2 days after that item has hit my credit card, or 3 days, I have a payment go to the credit card for that amount. It goes automatically from my checking account right to the credit card company. What does that do for me? Well, it keeps the credit card active because it's being used every single month, and it keeps the utilization rate low because I pay it off every single month. So I've got the benefit of both ends of that. Now, I recommend that if you're doing this, make 2 payments a month, one right away. And then make sure that you've got a minimum payment set up with your bank, so it goes right to your credit card every month right before the payment due date. So by doing that, you're going to maximize your FICO scores. But I digress. You can see a whole educational piece on this, rsrccpayment.com. rsrccpayment.com. I'll show you how to maximize paying your credit cards. Now, you might say, Ron, I pay my credit cards in full right after I get the bill. Wonderful. You didn't help your FICO score at all. Go to the video, rsrccpayment.com. Let's get back to it. How long does negative information stay on your credit report? Well, that varies. The Fair Credit Reporting Act, FCRA, explains the limits on reporting the different kinds of derogatory marks, though some of these limits also may vary according to state law. Here's how long incidents of negative credit history generally remain on consumer reports as mandated by the Fair Credit Reporting Act. Late payments, 7 years. Late payments can be reported for as long as 7 years from when the delinquency occurred. Let's say you missed a credit card payment several years ago and you still use the credit card. You also make your payments on time after that past late payment. Once the late payment is 7 years old, the delinquency generally cannot be included in the history of the account on your report. If you miss a payment by accident, call your issuer to see if they might agree to not report it to the credit bureaus or waive the late fee. Many credit card companies will agree to do so if your payment history was stellar up until the misstep. Get everything you need to master your credit today. Again, visit creditsanitizer.com. Charge-offs. Those are there for 7 years. Accounts you didn't pay, like a charged-off credit card or installment loan balance, can stay on your credit report for 7 years from the date the debt was charged off. A charge-off is when the creditor officially writes your debt off its books as a loss. Keep in mind that a creditor writing off your unpaid debt as a loss does not mean you don't owe the debt. Your creditor may sell your charged-off debt to a collection agency for pennies on the dollar. The collection agency may then attempt to collect the debt anew. Even if a debt has been charged off, consider contacting the original creditor to negotiate a settlement. Since the debt is old and thus likely to be paid, the creditor may be willing to accept less than what you owe to consider the matter closed. Our friends again, Blue Water Credit, creditsanitizer.com. They can help with this because they know how to negotiate this to get that settled and potentially off your credit report. Foreclosures and short sales, those are 7 years. A foreclosure can remain on your credit report for 7 years from the date the foreclosure was filed. The same goes for a short sale, which could show up on your credit report as a charge-off, a settlement, a deed in lieu of foreclosure, or settled for less than the full amount due. No matter how it's reported, a short sale is considered a derogatory event. If you can't pay your mortgage due to financial hardship, contact your lender as soon as possible. You may be eligible for various relief programs, including situational programs such as COVID mortgage relief or lender programs such as restructuring or forbearance. We're going to come back to this because I've still got some more to go on this, and I've already gone over my time. You're listening to Ron Siegel Radio, discussing your real estate, current events, and the financial markets. When we come back, we're going to finish our discussion on how long these stay on your report. We'll talk about that. We're going to also discuss, I know what credit score you need for a VA home loan. We'll talk about that one, the minimum score. Eco-friendly, energy-efficient homes attract buyers. We'll get into that and more. Reach me anytime. Our off-air number, 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990, or RonSiegelRadio.com. Facebook.com/Ron Siegel Radio. And if you miss any part of our broadcast, Ron Siegel 1 on YouTube. Ron Siegel, the number 1 on YouTube. Stay tuned. We'll be back in just a few.
Ron Siegel Radio. Your home and mortgage connection.
Are you a veteran, own a home, and need money? The Siegel Lending Team is here to help veterans refinance and get the money they need. The VA 100 lets you borrow up to 100% of your home's value, refinance your mortgages, consolidate credit cards, and lower your payments by an average of $700 a month. And the Siegel Lending Team knows that character means more than a credit score. Call 800-306-1990. That's 800-306-1990. Rate subject to change without notice. Licensed by the California Department of Corporations, NMLS 21037, and DRE number 018694452.
Are you like many of your neighbors trying to figure out how to pay off your debts so you could retire someday? Build bigger savings. Invest in opportunities. Visit rsrnodebt.com. Debt will destroy 50% of Americans from being able to retire earlier and with more. What if you could have a guaranteed program that could show you how to eliminate all of your debt in 10 years or less, all without having to spend more each month than you spend right now? Yes, that's correct. All without spending more from your checkbook each month than you are today. Get your free analysis today to see if you qualify. Visit rsrnodebt.com. Log on today for your free analysis. rsrnodebt.com. No purchase necessary. The free analysis takes only 2 minutes. rsrnodebt.com. Ron Siegel Radio is your home and mortgage connection. Go to rsrnodebt.com. rsrnodebt.com.
Are you a renter and tired of making monthly payments? Paying off someone else's mortgage? Hey, it's Ron Siegel here to help you stop renting and start owning your dream home with amazing low interest rates. And you could potentially qualify for a $500,000 home for less than $5,000 out of pocket. So stop renting. Start owning with Ron Siegel. Learn more at ronsiegelradio.com and start owning today. Licensed under NMLS 217037, Equal Housing Lender.
Are you tired of paying rent? Are you tired of paying someone else's mortgage? Do you know qualified folks can potentially purchase a $500,000 home for less than $5,000 out of pocket? Ron Siegel can help qualified people purchase their own home at amazing interest rates. If you're tired of paying someone else's mortgage, reach out to Ron today at ronismylender.com. That's ronismylender.com. Licensed under NMLS 217037, Equal Housing Lender. Do you know a homeowner experiencing divorce? Do you know a real estate reference in the divorce decree could cost tens of thousands of dollars? A certified divorce mortgage planning and real estate report could save you thousands of dollars, and it's free from your local certified divorce lending professional. Reach out to Ron today. ronismylender.com. Again, ronismylender.com. Licensed under NMLS 217037, Equal Housing Lender.
Homeowners over the age of 62 are taking back financial control after retirement with reverse mortgages, and the Siegel Lending Team is here to help you use it to your advantage. Call Ron Siegel with Geneva Financial to receive your free information booklet with no obligation. The booklet answers all your questions, and the best part is, you still own your home. Call Ron Siegel at 1-800-306-1990 or visit ronsiegelradio.com.
You're listening to Ron Siegel's Home and Finance Show with local.
Welcome back to Ron Siegel Radio. Within every market, there are solutions as well as tremendous opportunities. You just need some trusted guidance. That is my message, and I will be delivering it every day on Ron Siegel Radio or anytime. At 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. The real-time real estate segment today being brought to you by the area trusted real estate professionals of Ron Siegel Radio. Visit rsrmoney.com, rsrmoney.com. Great tool. Monitor your credit scores, bank accounts, asset accounts, value of your real estate owned. Yes, it's got 4 different sources on there for the value of your real estate. 3 really good ones and Zillow, because we know you're going to look there anyway. And it also has 97% of all of the properties listed available for sale in the United States, rsrmoney.com. Let's get to our report. Eco-friendly, energy-efficient homes attract buyers. Are you planning to sell your house? If so, you may be surprised to hear just how much buyers value energy efficiency and eco-friendly features today. This is especially true as summer officially kicks off. In fact, the 2023 Realtors and Sustainability Report from the National Association of Realtors, NAR, shows 48% of agents or brokers have noticed consumers are interested in sustainability. So, if you're considering selling your house, why does this matter to you? It helps you know what you can do to make your house even more appealing to today's buyers. According to Jessica Lotz, Deputy Chief Economist and VP of Research at NAR, quote, buyers often seek homes that either lessen their environmental footprint or reduce their monthly energy costs. There is value in promoting green features and energy efficiency to future home buyers, unquote. Considering upgrading your home to make it more appealing. If you want to upgrade your house in a way that maximizes its green appeal, you need to work with a local agent to understand what buyers in your area are looking for. The same NAR report identifies the following green home features as most important to buyers at a national level: windows, doors, and siding, proximity to frequently visited places, a comfortable living space, a home's utility bills and operating costs. Utility bills and operating costs. I think we've got a service to help you there. Again, another one of the features that we're bringing to Ron Siegel Radio, rsrpower.com, rsrpower.com. We're going to have that set up for you to get you a $500 Visa gift card post-installation if you use them to help you with solar in your house, rsrpower.com. So let's get back. When you can't change the location of your house, you can take action to make sure it's as comfortable as possible while also setting up the next owners for lower operating costs. Energy Star shares some suggested upgrades as ones that may be worth considering. Heating and cooling. Ensure your HVAC system is properly maintained and regularly serviced to maximize its efficiency. Consider upgrading to a high-efficiency model if needed. Water heater. Your water heater uses a lot of energy. Upgrading to a heat pump water heater can significantly reduce energy consumption and appeal to environmentally conscious buyers. Smart thermostat. A big part of your energy bill goes to heating and cooling. Install a programmable thermostat to better regulate temperature settings. This not only enhances comfort, but can also lower energy usage. Attic insulation. Proper sealing and insulation in your attic help prevent air leaks that maintain a comfortable temperature, reducing the strain on heating and cooling systems. Energy efficient windows. Replacing old drafty windows with energy efficient ones can minimize heat transfer and lower your energy bills. It's worth noting that you may be able to take advantage of tax credits and rebates for energy efficient home installations and upgrades. These incentives could help offset a portion of the costs associated with eco-friendly home improvements. As you prepare to sell your house, it's important to recognize that real estate agents are valuable resources. They can help you determine which upgrades would be most appealing for buyers in your area and provide guidance on which green features to highlight in your listing. If you've already made these updates recently, tell your agent so they can feature them in your listing. Don't forget, you can get our home sellers guide, rsrhsg.com, rsrhsg.com. Bottom line, focusing on energy efficiency and eco-friendly features can help make your house more appealing to buyers today. Give me a call at 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990 if you want to chat about energy efficiency. So let's get back to our Your Credit Matters segment that we had started in the last segment. We're talking about how long does bad credit last on your credit report. Hard inquiries is the next one up. 2 years for hard inquiries. There are two kinds of inquiries and only one, a hard inquiry, hurts your credit score. Soft inquiry, like an account review by your current credit card issuer, will not harm your credit score. Hard inquiries occur when you apply for credit, like a new credit card, and your potential lender is evaluating your application. A hard inquiry will ding your credit score, but it won't last too long. Hard inquiries only remain on your credit report for 2 years and only affect your credit score for around 12 months. Most credit scoring models, group inquiries that are for the same type of loan, like a mortgage, for 14 to 15 days, depending upon the scoring model. This allows borrowers to comparison shop lenders. If you're planning to shop auto, student, or mortgage loans, apply to them all within a short period of time to ensure your credit score is only hit once. Collection accounts, 7.5 years. A collection account can remain on your credit report for 7 years plus 180 days from the date of the delinquency that immediately preceded collection activity. For example, say you were inconsistent with your cable bill. You missed it in January, but caught up in February, only to miss it again in March and April. At that point, your cable company sends the bill to a debt collector. That collection account can remain on your credit report for 7 years plus 180 days from the date your bill was due in March. While evictions don't show on your credit report, the collections account can if your landlord turns you in for unpaid rent. Here's the part that a lot of people don't like. Whether or not you paid the collection account, it can still stay on your report for that period unless it is a medical debt collection. Those now fall off when they are paid. Some credit scoring models don't factor in collection accounts when they're paid, but many do. That's why you need to go to creditsanitizer.com, talk to our friends over at Blue Water Credit, and have them help negotiate the relief. They might be able to negotiate to get it off your credit report. Bankruptcies, 7 to 10 years. Bankruptcies show up in public records section of your reports. Chapter 7 bankruptcies may be reported for 10 years from the filing date. Discharged Chapter 13 bankruptcies are generally removed after 7 years from the filing date. While you're in the process of bankruptcy, especially at Chapter 13, you can still make a positive impact on your score. Make timely payments and manage credit responsibly to help rebuild your credit following bankruptcy. Do you still have to pay the debt off if it fell off your credit report? If it's older than the reporting limit, debt can fall off your credit report even if you haven't fully paid it. Just because the debt isn't affecting your credit score does not mean you aren't still obligated to pay it. If the debt is still within the statute of limitations for the state where it has occurred, lenders can simply attempt to collect it, depending on the circumstances. This could mean garnishing your wages or attempting to collect payments through other legal measures before lenders or collection agencies can take these steps. However, they must win a judgment against you for the debt in court. Does your credit score improve when negative items fall off your report? Your score may improve when the negative items fall off your report. The change may not be drastic, though. Negative items have less impact as they age. I told you that before. So they may only cause a negligible impact on your score by the time they're ready to age off your report. Working on improving your credit by adding positive items while you wait for negative ones to fall off your report can help you improve faster. Disputing incorrect credit items, because negative items can have a lasting impact on your score. It's important to make sure you dispute any incorrect negative items if you think a collection account is listed more than once or the date is wrong. You may have a reason to challenge the accuracy of the item and get it removed from your report. Again, creditsanitizer.com. I know they charge a little bit of money, but it is well worth it, and it can help you in the long run. That's your Credit Matters segment, brought to you by creditsanitizer.com. You have a credit report. It is wrong. What are you doing about it? Give you away a couple of things again, just to help you along with the credit. So we've got a couple of white papers we did. rsrcredittips.com, rsrcredittips.com. You can go there and get that one on ways to improve your credit score. rsrcreditmistakes.com, rsrcreditmistakes.com. That one will obviously tell you the mistakes that can hurt your credit. And as I mentioned in the prior segment, rsrccpayment.com, rsrccpayment.com. That one's going to help you pay your credit card bills to maximize FICO scores. You can pay them the right way. You can pay them the wrong way. I'm just sharing with you. rsrccpayment.com will show you how to pay your credit card bills to maximize your FICO scores. You're listening to Ron Siegel Radio, discussing your real estate, current events, and the financial markets. When we come back, how long does it take to clear? Well, we already how to clean up your credit report. We'll talk about that. And what's the minimum credit score to buy a house with a VA loan? Minimum credit score to buy a house with a VA loan. All that and more. Reach me anytime. Off-air number 800-306-1990. 800-306-1990 or RonSiegelRadio.com. Facebook.com/Ron Siegel Radio. At Twitter @Ron Siegel. And if you miss any part of our broadcast, Ron Siegel 1 on YouTube. Ron Siegel, the numeral 1 on YouTube. Stay tuned. We'll be back in just a few.
Ron Siegel Radio. Your home and mortgage connection.
March Madness might be over, but the game is still on for home buyers. Don't let misrepresentation of home appreciation outlook get you down. The FHFA says that despite the Fed doubling interest rates, home prices are just down less than 1% from their peak last June. What are you waiting for? It's time to shoot your shot and start your home buying journey with RSRmoney.com. They will guide you through every step, making the process as smooth as a three-pointer. Visit RSRmoney.com now and make your dream home a reality.
Are you a renter and tired of making monthly payments? Paying off someone else's mortgage? Hey, it's Ron Siegel here to help you stop renting and start owning your dream home with amazing low interest rates. And you could potentially qualify for a $500,000 home for less than $5,000 out of pocket. So stop renting. Start owning with Ron Siegel. Learn more at RonSiegelRadio.com and start owning today. Licensed under NMLS 217037, Equal Housing Lender.
Are you earning a safe, secure 10+% return on your investments? Is your credit score over 800? Are you living in the home of your dreams or simply where you think you can afford? If the answer to any of these questions is no, what are you doing about it? Text ATP to 79564. Complete a 3-minute complimentary survey and the area trusted professionals of Ron Siegel Radio will reach out to you to develop a success strategy for you. Again, all you need to do is text ATP to 79564.
Are you a veteran, own a home, and need money? The Siegel Lending Team is here to help veterans refinance and get the money they need. The VA 100 lets you borrow up to 100% of your home's value, refinance your mortgages, consolidate credit cards, and lower your payments by an average of $700 a month. And the Siegel Lending Team knows that character means more than a credit score. Call 800-306-1990. That's 800-306-1990. Rate subject to change without notice. Licensed by the California Department of Corporations, NMLS 21037, and DRE number 018694452.
You're listening to Ron Siegel's Home and Finance Show with local.
Welcome back to Ron Siegel Radio. Within every market, there are solutions as well as tremendous opportunities. You just need some trusted guidance. That is my message, and I will be delivering it every day on Ron Siegel Radio or anytime at 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. The Borrow Smart segment brought to you by RSRmoney.com, RSRmoney.com. It's a VA workshop. What is the minimum credit score to buy a house with a VA loan? Are you a veteran or active duty military member considering buying a house? If so, you likely heard about the benefits of VA loans. These loans, backed by the Department of Veterans Affairs, offer numerous advantages such as no down payment, no private mortgage insurance, and a competitive interest rate. But what about credit requirements, specifically the minimum credit score? Let's delve into this topic. Before we dive into the specifics of VA loans, it's crucial to understand what a credit score is. A credit score is a 3-digit number derived from your credit history. It represents your credit worthiness and indicates the likelihood that you will repay your debts. Lenders use this score to assess the risk they take when lending you money. Credit scores range from 300 to 850, with higher scores indicating better credit. Various factors influence your credit score, including your payment history, the amount of debt you owe, the length of your credit history, the types of credit you have, and how much new credit you've sought recently. VA loan requirements. Now let's talk about the VA loan. The Department of Veterans Affairs, which backs VA loans, does not set a minimum credit score requirement. However, the lenders that issue the loans can have their own requirements. Generally, most lenders look for a credit score of at least 620 for VA loans. This is considered fair credit. Some lenders may accept lower scores, while others may require higher scores. It's important to note that credit score is just one of many factors lenders consider when deciding whether to approve you for a loan. Your income, employment history, and debt-to-income ratio also play significant roles. How about improving your credit score? If your credit score is below 620, do not despair. there are steps you can take to improve. Here are a few tips. Number one, pay your bills on time. Your payment history is the most significant factor in your credit score. Consistently paying your bills on time can help improve your score. Remember, rsrccpayment.com, rsrccpayment.com. Number two, reduce your debt. The amount of debt you owe, particularly relative to your credit limits, also impacts your score. Try to pay down your balances and avoid maxing out your credit cards. Number three, check your credit report for errors. Mistakes on your credit report can drag down your score. You're entitled to a free copy of your credit report from each of the three major credit bureaus every year through annualcreditreport.com. Review your report for errors and dispute any you find. The bottom line, while a 620 credit score is commonly sought by lenders, it's not an absolute barrier to securing a VA loan. With the right guidance and financial habits, homeownership can be within your reach, even if your credit is not perfect. Remember, the VA loan program was created to help veterans and active duty military members achieve homeownership. Do not let a less than ideal credit score deter you from exploring the valuable benefit. For more information on VA loans and how you can prepare for homeownership, visit us at rsrvaloans.com, rsrvaloans.com. We're here to guide you every step of the way. Your dream home may be closer than you think. That is the Borrow Smart segment brought to you by rsrmoney.com, rsrmoney.com. I'm a little slow this morning, Josh. I guess it's should be Monday, although it's hump day. I guess we thought it's Monday. Let's get a Your Credit Matters segment in. I think we got a couple of minutes to do that. Brought to you by creditsanitizer.com. You have a credit report, it's wrong. What are you doing about it? How to clean up your credit. That is the subject today. Not checking your credit regularly can be a crucial financial mistake. rsrmoney.com. Get your credit. Check it. You might have negative items, inaccurate or otherwise dragging down your score. That can result in problems getting financing, service through insurance or utility companies, or even a job. And if you're able to get approved for a loan or a credit card, your interest rate and other terms could be less than desirable if your credit is not good enough. 7 tips for cleaning up your credit report to potentially bring up your score and open financial doors in the future. Number 1, get a copy of your credit report. Go through your credit reports line by line. Challenge any errors. Don't push the button on there that says dispute. That's just a way for the bureaus to ignore you, my opinion. Get past due accounts off your report. Lower your credit utilization ratio. Take care of outstanding collections. Rinse and repeat. Go back to number 1. Start all over again. Whether you have errors on your report or not, you do have some options for cleaning up your credit report and possibly improving your credit score. Get a copy of the credit report so you know exactly what's on there. rsrmoney.com. That's not a FICO report. That's a FACO report. But it does tell you what's going on your credit. It'll let you know when you've got issues or items that pop up. Cleanall3.com. Cleanall3.com is a true FICO report. Under the Fair Credit Reporting Act, you're entitled to 1 free credit report every year from each of the 3 major bureaus, Equifax, Experian, and TransUnion. If you rotate through the bureaus, that means you can get a free credit report once every 4 months, helping you be aware of any issues or problems that need to be dealt with in a timely manner. Remember, because of COVID, you can get your report every week right now, but that's only for a limited time. Number 2, go through your credit reports line by line. It can be tedious, especially if you have a long credit history. But it's important to thoroughly check your credit report each time to pull it. Check loan statuses, account balances, your payment. I use my FICO.com. It actually gives me an update every time something changes on my report. Number 3, challenge any errors. Talk to, again, our friends over at Blue Water Credit. Do it the right way. Remember, nothing has to be on your report, but everything that is on your report must be complete, accurate, and verifiable. If you find something you reported incorrectly on your report, challenge the error by filing a formal dispute with the bureaus. Be sure to include any supporting documentation when you file your report. That's why you cannot push that button to get that done. Try to get past due accounts off your report. If you have a past due account listed on your report, it might be possible to get the creditor to remove it. You can ask the creditor to forgive the past due payment and remove the item from your credit report with a goodwill letter. This usually works. only if you were late just one time for a long history of on-time payments. Number 5, lower your credit utilization ratio. I'm not going to go into it here because I don't have time. rsrccpayment.com. rsrccpayment.com will give you that information. Take care of outstanding collections. Our friends, again, at Blue Water Credit will help you. Visit our creditsanitizer.com, creditsanitizer.com for an introduction to them. And it's not that hard to do these things. You just have to know what you're doing and do it the right way. That is the Your Credit Matters segment, brought to you by creditsanitizer.com. You have a credit report and it is wrong. What are you doing about it? As always, we ask you, set that first radio preset button to come back here and join Ron Siegel Radio, where we only speak about items affecting your house and your bank account. Thanks to all of our sponsors. A big thanks to Josh and Sean, who are engineering us today. And, of course, a special thanks to you for spending a little bit of your day with us. That's all for Ron Siegel Radio. Again, if you have any questions or meet any of our guests, call me anytime. 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. And remember, make a lot of money so you can help a lot of people and have a lot of fun. Have a great day. We'll talk to you next time on Ron Siegel Radio.